Thank you so much for your kind invitation and introduction. So can you put my slides on the screen? Oh, thank you so much. On behalf of the ILO Director General, Guy Ryder, actually it's my great pleasure to share our thoughts with you. First of all, I really hope you and your families and colleagues remain safe and well. Let me first brief you on our latest assessment of how COVID-19 has been affecting employment. Next slide, please. Oh, this is something. Let's see. Do you see the next slide or not?
No, and your video is frozen. Now it's better. Now it's better. It's working. So let us try the slide.
Okay, can you then move to the second slide, please? Yeah, I got the message. My connection is not very stable at the moment. Sorry about that. Well, Sarah, can you manage that from your side?
We try to work it out. Just 1 second. I'm with my colleague.
Well, can you give the right to share screen to me, or is it?
We'll just put we'll share the screen from our side. But could you please go ahead with your presentation?
Okay, so let me continue. Sorry about this technical glitch. Yesterday, actually, we launched a third edition of the ILO Monitor, which we have been using to track the impact of the COVID-19 on the world work since very early March. And overall, the situation has become significantly worse. First, the proportion of the workers living in countries affected by workplace closures or lockdown measures declined to 68% from 81%. This is good news, but this is mainly due to changes in China. Elsewhere, the workplace closures have increased. The second, I think it's better to show the screen, but I'm not sure it's ready because it has quite a bit of number of there.
If it is ready, you will see it. But for the sake of time, there it is. There you have it. So could you continue,
please? Can you
go
to the second slide, please? Okay.
So sorry for that. We have a problem here on the.
Can you then can you give the function to share the screen so I can show it from my screen, if possible? Okay.
Director, I am afraid you will need to be eloquent without the slides.
No, we can.
Yes, but we don't have much time, so could we just proceed? Thank you.
Okay, so I think this should be on the slide number 2. Another important, actually, the finding we have is that the losses to working hours, they are quite large in the first quarter already. Compared to the last quarter of 2019, the first quarter saw the working hours decline by 4.5%, which means around the 130 million full-time jobs are lost. Just to give you the idea about the magnitude of job losses here, you can remember that in the previous finance crisis, 2007 and 8, the total job losses during this period was 25 million. So now we are talking about 130 million in the first quarter. In the case of second quarter, we raised our estimate to the 10.5% cut, which is equivalent to the 305 million full-time job lost. So and it's very important to realize what all of this means in human terms. This means the loss of incomes, and also for many millions of people, this is the less income, less food, and less healthcare, and less education. We also estimate about the enterprises as well, and worldwide around 430 million enterprises are at high-risk sectors, such as manufacturing and accommodation and food services, and wholesale and retail trade, and real estate and business activities. Yeah, that's we got it. And then can we move on to the next one? Our edition of the monitor also look at the impact on the informal economy. The global workforce at the moment is around 3.3 million, and around 2 billion out of these 3 billion are engaged in informal economy. As you can see the screen now, the next one, please. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much. And as you can see from the screen, this is around 60% of the workers are engaged in informal economy. Many of them are women and also migrant workers. Again, out of this 2 billion, about the 1.6 billion informal workers are estimated to be significantly impacted by the crisis, either due to lockdown measures or working in high-risk sectors. Next slide, please. And what about the impact on the income and the poverty for these workers? The impacts are massive, to say in very simple terms. For example, when the crisis begins, the very first month, we expect the income of informal workers to decline by 60% globally. And in Africa, in America, for example, the drop is the largest at even 80%. This would put the workers in life or death situation easily, unless there is a strong support from the government and the local government and from the communities. Also, we estimate the impact on the poverty as well. And then this actual crisis actually put up the incidence or rate of the poverty from 26% to 59%. In some regions, this is as high as the 80%. Next slide, please. So given all this, the disaster impacts, what can we do? From the very early March, the ILO actually proposed 4 pillars policy framework, as you can see from the screen. The pillar 1 is basically we need to create and maintain supporting economic conditions for job creation or the maintaining jobs that include fiscal policies and monetary policies and finance support. And within this actually supportive economic conditions measures, we have to do our things, absolutely anything possible to support enterprises and jobs and incomes, including social protection and employment retention measures and providing financial and tax incentive to enterprises, particularly small enterprises. And within this policy framework, it is absolutely important to protect the workers in the workplace from the risk of the COVID-19, including OC measures, working time arrangement, and also it's very, very important to prevent discrimination, exclusion, and it goes without saying how important it is to provide health access. In doing all of this, it's very important to rely on social dialogue to finding solution and implementing the agreed solution together. That actually making your policies more relevant and effective and also more supportive. Let me add 3 things here. The first one is we have to act very fast. Otherwise, we'll lose the momentum and we are making the crisis even worse. The second, employment measures should be backed by the better and more comprehensive social protection. And third, policy and actions should be coordinated globally. In particular, global action should be geared toward creating fiscal space for the income and employment support in developing countries, especially low-income countries, including debt relief. The last slide, please. So then what the local government can do? I would argue that the local governments can play really crucial role all of these 4 pillars. This is exactly what actually many local governments around the world has been doing at the moment. For example, my home country in Korea, we start to see a lot of interaction between central government and local governments work together to provide lots of the support for enterprises and jobs and income. And I mean, it includes, local governments can be very active to mobilizing financial support, especially SMEs and self-employed, and possibly with clear linkages to employment support. If we are giving financial support to enterprises with the understanding that the enterprise will do their best to protect employment as well. And also, when a crisis is gradually phased out, then we have to find a way of bringing workers back to work. That's important. In doing so, I think we have a very great opportunity to promote social and solidarity economy enterprises, especially when we are mobilizing huge public resources to actually provide income and employment support. Let me mention finally the importance of the public investment in public work programs. Public work programs can help us building back better. That's an important term, by bridging the link between short-term income transfer and emergency measures to long-term strategies on the public investment, especially in the social and physical infrastructures. For example, health, environment, and climate and digital. Everybody can easily agree we have to do more, we have to invest more on that. Why not? We are doing that right now. In doing so, again, this provides good opportunity to promote local economic development and social and solidarity economies. And I cannot conclude my presentation without emphasizing how important social dialogue is and social partnership is, especially including the social civil society organization. That's crucial in developing effective policy responses. I do believe this event is making excellent contribution in that respect. Thank you very much for your attention.